Shades of Grey by E.L. James. This is the worst thing I've ever read in my life. This is actual trash. This is actual
The worst
trash.
thing you've ever read.
I think it is. It has zero redeeming qualities.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
It's worse written than the last book. It's, as a piece of literature, it's fire paper.
Fire paper.
But it's also not.
Kindling, you mean?
No, it's
That's
awful.
the word. But it's also not like interesting as a story.
Yeah, the
There's
story
also really
is
no
so boring.
plot.
Yeah.
It's just smut.
And then it's as immoral as Flashman was.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of a single good thing to say about it.
Yeah.
It's also kind of longer than it should be. So I can't even say, like, oh, it was over quickly. Like, there's literally zero good things to say.
Yeah.
And the sex scenes
so
are
funny.
really cheesy and horrible. It's not as if, like, oh, it wasn't even, like, cool sex scenes. It wasn't good smut.
But
There's
her
nothing good about it.
Inner goddess saying whatever. Like,
Then,
so you know it was Twilight fanfiction.
Yeah, I heard
okay.
that. For anyone that would be interested...
That's why I thought you were getting Twilight and this together.
Because they came out at the same time and they had equal kind of
Ah.
popularity.
So we achieved the March Madness goal of reading garbage. If anyone's listening and they actually like this, I think that we don't want
Stop
you
listening.
as a listener. that's a joke, but you know, examine yourself. I mean, it's like 550 pages as well.
That's just book one. That's not all free, is it?
No, this
No,
is book one.
that's
It
just
has
book one.
literally no plot.
Yeah.
Nothing happens in
There
the
are
book.
2 sequels.
So I suppose the only plot, but it's not enough, is just that her boss kind of wants to...
It's not even her boss.
As long as Lord of the Rings.
Right.
I was saying that's the only plot line to it.
This girl is told by her friend, I have to interview this rich, powerful guy, but I'm sick, so go do it for me for the school newspaper. And instead of saying, who cares about the school newspaper, she goes to do it. She's really shy. This girl says, like, I'm a virgin, I've never dated anyone, I had, like, one kiss in my whole life, I'm really shy, I'm really innocent.
Why is she saying this in an interview?
She says it later, but I'm just telling you, like, this is the girl. She's really shy. She's a college student who does not own a computer, which I find interesting. He later supplies her with one. That's skipping ahead a bit, but I think the idea is, like, she's meant to be this super pure, innocent, person. She has no understanding of, like, sex or kink or anything like that. This guy's immediately, like, really handsome and charming, but also very, like, arrogant and dominating in the conversations. Yeah. And I think the book completely fails to notice, like, that power imbalance is really, really creepy.
Yes.
And she's, like, quite vulnerable most of the time, and he absolutely takes advantage of that.
Well, it's all BDSM related as well.
Yeah, but she
And
even
poorly done,
says
obviously.
he uses sex as a weapon, and he's like, yes, I do. In Northern Ireland, weaponizing sex is actually considered domestic abuse. That is
Yeah,
not
of
illegal.
course, yeah.
So it's really weird in that sense. I don't remember this from the film, which I saw like when it came out years and years ago. Yeah. But her friend from the newspaper also ends up dating Christian Grey's brother. I do not remember that happening in the movie. Maybe it does. It doesn't really go anywhere. It's just like, oh yeah, she's also dating my brother. Cool. I guess we do some double dates, theoretically. But nothing really ever happens. The guy mentions a lot that, like, he struggles to, like, have interactions with people outside of his, like, business world. So, like, even when they're together, he won't let her touch him or sleep in the same bed with him and stuff like that,
So is he Patrick Bateman?
Imagine if Patrick Bateman was, like, really not an enjoyable character. But they keep saying about how cool he is, and one of the things they keep saying, I don't know what E.L. James likes about trousers, but like 4 times in the book, she's like, he's wearing the trousers that hang off his hips in that way. And I'm trying to picture, like, in what way are they hanging on his hips?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that means.
I also like, the funniest thing about the book maybe, just the way you can read the name, El James. In Spanish.
Well, that's already more entertaining than the book. What do I even say about it? I mean, the guy's an absolute ass, and he takes her, like, on a helicopter ride to impress her and stuff like that. He's also super controlling.
Oh yeah.
So he literally tracks her phone and goes to a club to pick her up when she's there having fun with her friends. Now, her friend Jose hits on her, which she's not keen on, but they've been friends for years and she probably could have worked that out. He's just like, I'm taking you away. You can't be here with this guy sitting on you. And it's like, oh, who are you? I just met you one time, and you've tracked my phone, Then he, like, gives her the laptop so that she can communicate with him. Then there's many, many sequences of email exchanges, which is, like, just not the way I would ever, like, flirt with anyone. She has to, like, pull out her laptop and they send many emails, and they're really, really cheesy, and it's really, really bad.
To be fair, back in 2009, I would flirt that way as well.
Yeah.
But she starts texting him, then they switch to email. I don't know why she wouldn't just be texting him. I don't know. It's weird. I guess E.L. James doesn't have WhatsApp. So
Back at this time, no.
then he doesn't like her car. He's just like, oh, your car's a death trap. He's like, actually, it's fine. It was a gift from my stepdad, and I've been using it for a long time, and it's very fine. And he's like, cool. So I spoke to your stepdad, and he's agreed that I'm going to buy you a car, and you're only going to use the car that I've bought you. I've also bought you these clothes that you have to wear. And I really hate him.
Yeah, I hated him too.
Like, is zero redeemable
Yeah.
features?
Nobody will ever defend the people in this. The only thing I've ever heard of redeemable qualities is the sex scenes are so funny.
I didn't even
How
find them
bad.
funny.
I didn't find them
How
funny.
stupid they are.
They're frustrating.
She's...
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, and she's really, like, too naive to be believable. And he brings out, like, a flogger or something, and she's like, oh my god, what's this? I need to go read a Wikipedia article about floggers. I can't imagine what this could possibly be used for. It's like, come on, it's very clear from looking at it, you know.
That's for flogging.
It's in the name, even.
And when he does spank her once, then she's like, writes an email to him that it feels like she's been assaulted or something, and he's like, that's kind of overreacting, which it kind of is, but she's like super naive that she's no idea about anything.
Yeah.
And the bit that put me off is they're talking about kink. He says, we're gonna go to my playroom, and she's like, do you have a room just for your Xbox? And it's like,
I
but
forgot
this
that
is
bit.
not believable. No one would think that. What did you say? I missed what you said. What do you think put me off?
I don't even
Oh, you said something. Yeah.
So I have to fill you in because you haven't read the books. There's actually very little BDSM
There's
in
not
it.
much sex in this book at all.
It's
No.
all vanilla sex is what they call it. That annoys me so much. Vanilla
Yeah,
sex.
and there's not
Just
even
there.
that-
But also, like, I hear, like, when this came out, like, it's doing all of it wrong anyway.
Yes.
Like, anyone in the BDSM community is just like, absolutely do not do this.
Yeah.
This is all,
No one
all wrong.
would behave like this. He literally makes her sign like a long contract about all the stuff they're gonna do. It's really weirdly written, like really unbelievable. It's just not how people do life or kink or anything. Most of the book is this suspense of like, will she sign it? But then he just makes her do the stuff anyway before she signs it. And she also admits, like, I know this is not legally binding anyways, because that would be insane. So the only plot point is irrelevant, in a way. The whole book is about will she sign the thing that she's already admitted isn't worth the paper it's written on, and she's doing the stuff before she signs it anyways. So I don't know what is the purpose of that only plot point. Then he makes her like meet his mum and stuff, which is weird. She's too naive to be likable, but she's also got petty jealousy that I don't like on 2 occasions. So he mentions that he's had 15 previous submissives, and she's so like jealous about this and keeps bringing it up, like, oh, so am I just one of the 15? Am I like, this is not how you talk to people about like their exes, I guess. It's just really
But
weird.
also, if she... I think I could sort of see that, though, because she has zero experience with anything.
Yeah, maybe.
So, feeling like, well, this is the first for me, this is special, but for him it could be nothing.
Yeah.
I think for her, not having the experience is at least... That could cause issues.
Okay, well, let
It
me
would
see if
take
I can...
experience to get rid of those types of
Let
insecurities.
me see if I can make you dislike her then.
Oh, yeah, I already don't like her. But...
He was abused when he was 15 years old by his mother's friend, Mrs. Robinson. Throughout the book, she's consistently jealous of Mrs. Robinson. She's like, well, she got the best of you. She got a better version of you than I will get. So, like, I'm really jealous of this actual paedophile who abused you. And I'm like, well, you're a terrible person then. And she does try to convince him that he was abused and he doesn't see it. He's like, oh no, I was like a cool 15-year-old, having sex with a lady. And she's like, no, that was abuse though. So she admits that, but then is still jealous of the abuser. So it's like, oh, you're kind of
I think
as immoral
because
as he is in a way now.
she is still in his life, wasn't she? She's a hairdresser.
And they're still, I don't know if she's his hairdresser in this, but they're still friends. They still talk.
Yeah, so I think she's just trying to make him see
Yeah,
that she's
yeah.
not a friend and
You should
she's still
stop.
manipulating him. Do
You
you
should
know what
stop
I mean?
hanging out with this person.
Yeah, she's just trying to say
So,
she's manipulating.
I don't think that E.L. James has ever had sex.
She probably hasn't.
Which is why this month's sponsor is writing a book about something you know absolutely nothing about, .edu. I don't think that she knows anything about sex or kink. I definitely knows nothing about kink or BDSM, like, at all, for sure. The way that this stuff happens is just really unrealistic. It's not what anyone would do. They act so strangely. The characters are not believable. There's no plot.
I think everything that could be said about this book has also already been said.
Yeah,
Like,
most likely.
No, everyone jokes that this is absolute trash, and then you read it and it's like, well, this is absolute trash. It's like,
Yeah,
yes.
And
But
he's like a
worse than
generic
expected still.
businessman. She's super impressed by him. I don't know what he does. His company's called Grey Enterprises Holdings Limited, which sounds like the most generic, like, buzzwords I've heard.
These are just things that you would put on your business card to
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
as pompous as possible.
He does send her a
Patrick Bateman
first
style.
edition, but the business card wasn't even written in bone color, so, you know.
Eggshell, come on. Like, that's the one you need.
He sends her a first edition of Tess of the D'Urbervilles, which is a Thomas Hardy, which I'm going to review next month, because I realized, when I read this, this book had one benefit. I read it and I was like, hold on, I bought that book, where is that book? So I found it, and I'm going to review it next month.
Hey, you said a positive thing about it. Congrats.
Yeah, it led me to a different book. And she's like, I'm not comfortable receiving these gifts. He keeps taking her really fancy places that are like way out of her price league, and at the very end they go for once to somewhere she can actually afford. And she says, like, I'd really like it if you'd let me pay this time, because it's probably the only time I'll ever be able to pay. And he's like, oh my god, that's so emasculating and insulting to me that I would let you pay. I'm like, you could
Another
have
one of these.
you couldn't have done one good thing in the entire book, you know? You have to also be, like, toxic masculinity.
So, remind me again, did this one get a yeah?
This one went down